Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with your host, Christopher LaPrath, and my name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Now, tonight, it's an excellent title, How to Unstuck. We were discussing various ways of being stuck, and I'll get into that here momentarily, but first, just a quick piece of housekeeping for anyone who might be out there watching us for the very first time. Be sure to say something in the chat because, of course, the first time readings are always free, and then going forward after that, it's just $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. I feel like that's a pretty sweet deal since we do 3 shows per week. That's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, back to the title. I've got just a quick thought to share with you before I turn it over to Christopher here for the evening. Now, something I've learned recently from studying the Yoga Sutras is that it's a quick saying. It's mine imprisons and thine liberates. So what that basically means is that when we serve ourselves, it's actually a very imprisoning thing to do. Now, that's not to say we shouldn't improve ourselves so that we can be a better service to others and all of that. However, one of the things that goes along with that is that when we expect good things to happen and they don't, that's a very negative thing, right? Nobody likes that feeling. But when we accept these so-called negative things, that's automatically a good feeling. That's liberation. And when we're able to help others accept their situation and be of service to others in that way, that's real freedom. So thanks for listening to me here. And again, for anyone who's out there joining us, thanks for tuning in. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and here's Christopher.
Hey, great evening, everybody. I'll go ahead and light the incense for you. This is for you to become aware and to stay in the flow. So because I've got the fan going above, and we're going to do our best to light the incense for you, for all of you, to send out really good energy, to stay in the now, to stay in the present. And the title for tonight's show is How to Unstuck. We're trained in our society to focus on the things that we cannot control. When you watch the news, when you get upset because people aren't behaving correctly, your focus goes on the trying to control what you cannot control. And so your energy leaves you. It takes you out of the now. It takes you out of the present. It takes you away from yourself. Number 2, focusing on what you don't have keeps you stuck. So, number 1, focusing on what you can't control keeps you stuck. Focusing on what you don't have, focusing on lack keeps you stuck. And that's why it's important to stay in the now. Because in the now, there's this limitless power of energy. It's not that we're not concerned about somebody else or what's going on in the world, but only when you're in the now is when you are in your full power, and then you can send good energy, healing energy to those people or to that person or to that situation, but only if you're in the now. The other thing is that keeps you out of the now, that keeps you stuck, is if you focus on the past, or if you're focusing on the future. Keeps you out of the now. So that's what this show is about tonight, is to help you go with the flow while staying in the now and staying out of controlling what you cannot control, staying out of the fear of lack or the what you don't have, and then staying out of the past, staying out of the future. Stay now. So that's the group card for tonight. We'll share that. The group card is coming up. Okay. This is called Inner Earth, and it's really a symbol of the base chakra, like down by your tailbone, the reproductive area. This base chakra is your power. So just take a minute and focus your energy on that base chakra. Most of you are sitting watching this show, so just close your eyes for a moment. This card is about reclaiming your power that you may have left behind, or that you've allowed people to lessen or to demean. And know, reclaiming that power in sitting with that base chakra, this is helping you. This card is about everyone on the show tonight building stable foundations. Even though you may not have had a foundation in the past, be free of focusing on that, because that keeps you out of the now. This card is about, from this point forward, stable foundations, feeling grounded, feeling safe, feeling secure. Okay? So great blessings to you. That's why I lit the incense, to help you stay in the now. I want to make sure it was still lit. Yes, it is. It's still burning. And this is to help you become fully aware of really what you need, and to feel safe and fulfilled on this planet. We're here for a unique purpose. Ask your guides to help you become aware of that. And you can only do that in the now, and that's the power of the base chakra. That's the power of this group card tonight. And anywhere where you've abandoned your gifts, or told that they didn't matter, or told that they weren't even gifts, are you willing to reclaim those now? Okay? Good. Who's on first?
It's your sister, Diane.
Okay, Diane. Great. Thank you for being here, everybody. So what we do, I see there's some new people on tonight. This is awesome. We're going to pull I do a reading for you in the order that you came into the show. Okay? But even though I pull the card for you, it's also for everyone else on the show in some way, shape, or form. But it isn't just about the reading. It's about the energy. Okay? So, here we go. All right, Diane. And what I do is I shuffle the cards until your guides, your angels, however you want to call them, pull the card. It falls out. Anywhere, Diane, where confusion has served you. For instance, they used to call me the Crisco Kid, because I'd be at a party, and I've shared many of you this, be at a group of people, and I'd be chatting and having a good time and using comedy, using a lot of jokes and a lot of personality to cover over what I didn't want to look at. And then I'd be gone. And people would go, "Where did Chris go?" That's why they gave me the nickname Crisco Kid, because I'd just be gone. I would be maxed, and then I would be gone. But comedy was serving me, and I was creating it's almost like an alternate personality in order to try to be funny, to try to be joking, to try to fill in the spaces with just gibber. In this case, Diane, confusion has served you. Because if in any case, you're not the only one, but anywhere where confusion has served you, are you willing to let go of that now? Just like confusion was similar to the humor and or looking at your past without emotionally becoming involved in it, right? So you can stay in the now, look at your past, and go, if I was smart when I was a kid, I get my mouth slapped off. And so it was better to play dumb or to pretend I knew something. So to create confusion. So this is all leaving your space right now, Diane. And anywhere where confusion has served you, or where you're creating confusion in the outer world, or where you've created confusion in your outer world, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that now? A powerful card. Great message for all of us. Okay, who's next? Hey, Marilyn, my dear. I wanted to. Marilyn said I could share this story. I gave Marilyn a private reading last night, and it was really very, very good. And I'd given her readings before, and we've talked on the show when I pulled cards for Marilyn before. She's back east. She was a hospice nurse for 30 years. She's had amazing, amazing experiences. I want to have her on the show. I want to have every one of you on the show eventually. So we can start maybe talking about that next week. Anyway, Marilyn, you had shared with me that I had been telling you to let go and let go. And then you all of a sudden had this high blood pressure that just kind of came up out of nowhere. And you were concerned about it. And then you realized one night that it was like this little Dutch boy that had his finger stuck in the dam. And you removed the finger and let go of trying to save anything or everyone. And I know this was not quite the message, but I'm trying to condense it down. And then for just 30 seconds to a minute before you fell asleep every night, you're training your subconscious. So you told your subconscious, I am healed, I am well, my blood pressure is perfect, I am healed, I am well, and you fell asleep. And within literally a few days, your blood pressure was back to normal. So I love that story, but I wanted to share that with everyone on the show because Marilyn gave me permission to do that. But it's about being in the now and not feeling like you have to focus on what you don't have control over, or you don't have control of what other people think of you. So if you're worried about what other people think of you, where's your energy? Bring it back to now, bring it back to here. So that was a great message, Marilyn. Thank you. So your card tonight, Marilyn, my dear. It's the Priestess card. Claim your priestess. So I'd asked you last night if you'd think about being on the show where we can interview you and we can hear some of your stories from the hospice work you've done. And you know that in no uncertain terms that there is a life after what we have here because you've seen it, you've experienced it, and a lot of your stories, they're just amazing. But this is claiming who you are and what your gifts are. Because people in your past had claimed you or accused you of being crazy. But it's like Psychology 101. If people are accusing you of being crazy or whatever they're accusing you of, look at them. Look who's saying it. Because many times they're actually guilty of what they're accusing others of. But this is claiming your place more so than you ever have in your entire life, and stepping into this power and your knowingness. Okay. Okay, and who's next? Hey, Lindsay and Austin. Okay, Austin. This is the Nine of Wands. It's called integrity. Are you willing to rededicate your life to yourself? I don't get into politics, I don't get into religion, but people dedicate their lives to a cause, or they'll dedicate their lives to God without actually even knowing what that means or what that is. Or they go through these ceremonies where they're kind of entrained not to God, but maybe to the church. And so this is trying to live up. This is about you being in your integrity without trying to live up to an ideal of integrity that keeps people in a loop with their belief systems. Okay, so I'll talk about myself. I was in a religion that we didn't celebrate birthdays, and if we celebrated a birthday, I was out of integrity with God. Now, does that, I know everybody on this show, you're going, what? Yes, I bought into that hook, line, and sinker. Big time. And no. Can't celebrate Valentine's Day. You can't acknowledge a false god that was Valentine, who was a saint. No. It borders on insanity. So my point here is, Austin, being free of living up to your family's ideal of integrity, religion's ideal of integrity, politics at the ideal of integrity. This is being you with you. And you're coming more into that power and being free of being pulled out because you're trying to be somebody for somebody else in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so that's clarity. All right, Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay, for your contribution. I really appreciate it so much. And Giles, thank you. I just got that, so I really appreciate it so much. Okay, my dear Lindsay. Are you ready? Are you willing to release all judgment around anger being bad? Because if you have that connection with anger being bad, and then you become angry, then you're bad. It's like, what is that called? A mathematical hypotenuse. It's like if the angle of A equals the angle of B, then the angle of C, it's like that, right? Kennan's a math genius.
It's a proof.
It's a proof. So it's anywhere where you have judged anger to be bad or wrong, are you willing to let go of that right now? No one has the power to make you angry. You don't have the power to make others angry. You don't have the power to make other people happy. People don't have the power to make you happy. You alone have that power. And this is about focusing on things that you can't control. Okay? And then you're able to, if you're out of that judgment around anger being bad, then it takes you out of being able to look at the anger and going, what was that? That was that trigger. And you can actually find the trigger. And anywhere where anyone is focusing anger at you, can you watch The Matrix again with Neo and how he's dodging the bullets? And the bullets are coming at him. The bullets symbolize anger. You're not there. You're simply not there. It's not about you. It's not about what you said. It's not about what you did. It's an opportunity for that person to take a look at that anger. If they don't, oh well. I've had readings with people one time, never heard from them again. I've had a reading with a person, two people. Took them 10 years to come back because it took them that long to integrate what I told them the first time. Okay? So this is letting go. Okay. And then we have...
Next is Jeff Reynolds.
Okay. All right, my dear Jeff, here we go. Well, we got all the emotions here tonight. We had anger. Now we came up with sorrow, Jeff. Woo! Okay, I love this because this is all about the past. With Lindsay, what you just said about I have valid and justified reasons to feel angry. Okay. But where's that anger coming from? All right. And can you let it go? Because then it becomes the past. So if you get angry and you're still angry about it 5 minutes later, what triggered it 5 minutes ago is the past. This show is energetic. It's not just about information. If you all haven't gathered this by now, this is what's coming up in order to release. So anywhere, Jeff, that you feel like you have created sorrowful situations, or you've been sorrowful, or you've caused people sorrow, that's 110 pounds of unwanted fat. And letting go of the sorrow. Because so I'm going to go back to that, focusing on things that you can't control, focusing on what you don't have, or focusing on lack. Well, if you lack happiness, you're focusing on lacking happiness, which then goes to the sorrow. So again, we're doing some math here again, right? And anywhere where there's been any sorrow, this energy that I'm sending right now for anyone, help you to free yourself of that sorrow, even though it was sad, but to come back and stay in the power of the now, because that's where everything is at. It's in the power of the now. And it's not saying that there were sad things that happened or not to be sorrowful, but it's letting go of that so it doesn't affect your life now or continue to pull you down. Okay? All right.
Giles.
All right, my dear Giles, thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you on Saturday. We're going to do lunch together. Okay, so Giles, more. I'm going to have to send you this video. There's a funny thing going around the work, like more passion, more passion, more passion. And some of you that are up on social media may have seen it. Get more color in your life, Giles. So Dee is talking about getting those color by numbers, or there you can buy them at like Michael's or any craft store, where they're pictures in with black lines, and you choose the color. You're needing to do some coloring, Dee says. So whether if you like colored pencils, if you like colored markers, I don't care. Dee is talking about getting some color in your life. It's literally color therapy that will help you tremendously. And Dee knew color, believe me. Well, I don't have to I'm not convincing you of that. You know that. Like, she was all about color. And you need some more color in your life. And that's a great way to do it. Also, to focus the brain. It helps you to focus. Okay? So even getting those paint by number colors are going to be great for you. All right, who's next?
It's a new person, Olivia.
Olivia, thank you for joining us. Everybody welcome Olivia. Okay? Okay, my dear. You're a real feeling person. So anywhere where you've heard the term three steps forward, two back. Focus on the one step that you took forward rather than the two you felt you went back. And also, anyone that has experienced hardship in their life, because you're such a feeler, you can really start focusing on what you can't control, which is their life or the lessons that they came to this earth to do. You've done your best. Can you give yourself some credit, Olivia, for the good that you've done how far you have come, and look at that one step forward, right? Because you've actually taken 3 steps forward, but sometimes it feels like this is, you know what this card is about? This is about moving forward more freely. So sending you lots of good energy about free of focusing on the setbacks. So this is similar to Jeff's card, okay? But also when people pass, it's a major move forward for them, but it feels like a setback for those that are here on earth, especially if we're very close with them and we love them very much. So there's a gentleman coming through just saying, it was not a setback for me. It was a huge jump forward for me. Please be free of it feeling like a setback for you. Focus on the wins, not the losses, Olivia. Okay? All right. Who's next?
Awesome. Jared is at the airport.
Jared's at the airport. Okay. I'm excited to hear where you're going. And it was really interesting, everyone. Monday night, the show cut off. And so I ended up I chose to call Dr. Jared and Kat. And it was really timely. Like, it was really profound. And I realized that there was probably a reason the show cut off because of what I needed to share with them. So, all right, Jared, you're at the airport. So, I'm getting a really strong feeling that you're going to be traveling on a plane. Okay. Jared and I have known each other for a long time, so he'll appreciate that humor. Anyway, this is the Rejoicer card. How can it get better and better? This is your question. Jared, how can it get better and better? Jeff, Olivia, Diane, everyone that I've read for, Marilyn, how can it get better and better? How can it get better and better? And that leaves the universe open for not just choosing door number 1 or door number 2 or door number 3, having all the doors open for you. Okay? And looking at the little things, like looking at how things roll out for you, right? It's like Kenan started the show last Monday about Miracle Bagel, where he went to go get a bagel and they were spoiled here at home. And so he got to work, and his boss, who'd never bought bagels before, had brought in Einstein Brothers bagels. And so it was like, rejoice. That's looking at the small miracles. And things are going to get better and better and better. How can it get better and better for me? Okay? That's our mantra from now on, everybody. All right? How about that? And then we've got Kat, right? Is Kat on?
I don't know. John Kletlinger was next in line.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, Kat, if you're here, let us know. John is next. John Kletlinger. And Giles, did you write that down? Paint by number? Okay. Or we'll talk about it on Saturday. All right, John. So, John, you cut off. Sorry, you got cut off on Monday night because the show just dropped. We don't know why, but I realize now it's because I needed to call Jared and Kat. But John, you had the fortune card. All right, and the fortune card was about not limiting the universe as to how the fortune comes. People think, oh, The only way to get a fortune is through the lottery. Well, it could be the lottery, but it could also be a bag of gold that you find alongside the road, right? It could be an old antique that you buy at a Goodwill. Be open to however it comes. And we've talked about this before, that yes, real estate is good, but be open to what else it could be. All right. Okay, so John, have your water checked at your house. This is your dad coming through. I don't know if it's the plumbing or you have to change out the toilets. There's something with the water. I don't know if it's needing new faucets. But your dad's coming through major big time about, look at the water. I don't know if it's testing the water. And you're living on the water now. So water is very close to spirit. Spirit symbolizes water, water symbolizes spirit. Sit by the water. So any of you that are water babies, go sit by the water. Okay. All right, who's next? And then Kat. Kat is on her way home?
Right.
Okay.
Marilyn and Abby, Shay Roberts.
Okay, Marilyn and Abby?
Right.
All right, I'll pull Kat at the very last so she knows where to find us.
Right.
And I'll just text her. Okay, so my dear Marilyn and Abby. And then Shay, right?
Right.
Okay. So Marilyn, I know we had this card last night or Monday night, but so Marilyn, you can say all things are possible. This is you moving into believing that all things are possible. Why I got this is the balance card, and what's jumping out at me with this message for you is levitating rocks. Okay. There have been masters, highly enlightened beings that perform to regular humans or not normal humans, but unadvanced humans what appear to be miracles. You're moving into that. And this is major forgiveness. Major are we all willing to really forgive ourselves? Big time. I now always and forever forgive myself. And okay. So if you tell a child, Marilyn, Be careful, don't spill the milk. Careful, don't spill the milk. And they spill the milk. Is that a sin? Did they sin? I'm not going to get into a lot of philosophy around this, but you and I are pretty much on the same page. No, it was a mistake. It was a learning. They weren't there yet. They didn't have the coordination, right? They didn't have the spatial development yet. So anywhere where any of us have this hanging over, this idea of sin, are we willing to forgive ourselves and just move on because we weren't there yet? Maybe we didn't have the spatial skills to not spill the milk. We didn't really know how far away from us. All these mistakes, they're learnings. And you have a very profound gift and kindness. People feel forgiven around you. And it's not just a temporary feeling of forgiveness, Marilyn. They forgive themselves when they're around you. Wow. Okay, my dear Abby. Okay, so anywhere, Abby, especially from your mother, where you were told that you were not smart, that's all leaving now. And highly recommend I am smart, I am smart, I'm smart. I'm highly intelligent, I'm highly intelligent. Without poo-pooing that, this is honoring your own brilliance. Because when you honor a brilliance, when you honor your intelligence, and I'm talking to everybody on the show, you know I am. When you honor and you give thanks and you're in gratitude for your own intelligence, then more is given you. Just like you're at grandma's and you really love the mashed potatoes and gravy, you're going to get more. Right? You're going to get more. This is honoring your brilliance, Abby. And can everybody on the show do that right now? Honor your brilliance. Honor your gifts, your intelligence. Can you do that, Kenan?
Yeah.
Okay, Kenan can do it. I'm doing it. Great card, Abby. Great card. All right, and then we have Shay Roberts.
Yep.
Hi, Shay. Nice to have you here for the first time. Welcome. Hope you come back. Bring friends. Okay, so Shay, this is the stuck card, which is the perfect show for you to join us tonight, is getting unstuck. This is just feeling either things aren't moving, or they're moving so fast, or they're moving too much, or there's too much distraction that you go into like rigor mortis. It's like the deer in the headlights in the road. They're like, oh my God, what is that? It's too much. It's overload. And you get stuck. Okay. Are you willing to let go of the need to do other people's homework, Shay? Anywhere, and so the family on the other side's coming through, and they're saying you're a really you serve other people really well, but to the point where all the food is gone and by the end of the party, there's nothing left for you. Can you serve yourself first? Are you willing to sit at the head of the table? And I'm going to ask everybody on the show. So Shay, thank you for being here. Is every one of us willing to sit at the head of the table? I'm bringing this up because of Thanksgiving coming up, and how, you know, the older person or the oldest person is usually sitting at the head of the table. In a metaphorical sense, in a spiritual sense, sit at the head of your table. It's where you deserve. This is more allowing more. You have gratitude. Allow others to be grateful for you. That's powerful. Really powerful, Shay. Okay, who do we have?
Cat is last.
Okay, Kat. Now, if you're new to the show, if you're just watching, we won't know that you're here unless you say something in the chat. It's the only way Kenan, who's the producer, which is he's my son, knows that you're on the show, so I can do a reading for you. So Kat, I want you to look up spirit animal ram. Spirit animal. This is energy. This is not you ramming through seeming obstacles. This is the universal energy coming through to ram doors open for you, for them to so Diane got me a birthday present. My sister got me a birthday present, and it's from the Lord of the Rings, Kat, and it's a doormat. It says, "Say friend and enter." And so anyway, you have to watch the movie. I'm not going to give the movie away, but this is the universe as your friend, and doors will be opening. Just be free of worrying about them not opening, because then that's a waste of spiritual energy. Worry is a waste of spiritual energy. Anywhere, just trust, go day by day, stay in the moment. It's all going to work out for you. Because this is the Emperor card. And you're in the Emperor's court. You are the Emperor. And the universe is your biggest backer. And I'm talking to everybody. With a backer like the universe, how can you go wrong? Right? Okay, got everybody?
Lana actually just jumped on.
Who? Lana? Okay, Lana, you just got home? All right. Glad you could join us. We'll see you. I'll see you in 4 days. Everyone, Lana's my cousin. She's coming down here. We're going to do an early Thanksgiving. All right. So, Lana, we talked earlier about this with Abby and her brilliance. This is logic. Be free of allowing illogical, emotional people to get into your field. I just feel like there's, at work, there's emotional, illogical people, and are you willing just to gently return that energy? You know, I remember you as this little beautiful teenager, and everybody on the show, they were ranchers, and I saw Lana, this beautiful woman, going head to head with bulls. I mean, in no uncertain terms, screaming, yelling, hitting him, moving him. And that's the way you are. You in the past, you've not done well with illogic or emotion. Like, I mean, overly emotional, or people that are governed by their emotions and they're not thinking clearly. This is a time where God, divine, will bring in the logic. And you won't have to slap the bull. You won't have to scream at it. You'll be like, that movie with the cowboy from Australia. What was the name of that movie? Old movie back, huh? Crocodile Dundee, Lana. You're kind of like Crocodile Dundee, where, remember, Crocodile Dundee, he doesn't yell at the bull, he just touches the bull. Just touches the bull between the eyes, and the bull just lays down. Your logic is coming through with this situation, and just do that to people. And they'll get out of their emotional tirade or their illogical reign of reasoning. Okay. Now we got everybody?
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
All right. Now, I'm going to be at an early Thanksgiving on Sunday, the 19th, next Sunday. So we're not doing a show on Sunday. Okay. But we'll do a makeup show for the following week. We will do a show on Monday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday. Yeah, possibly Thursday. But I have to look at the calendar, but I'll let you know on Monday or Wednesday. Anyway, have a blessed week, Lanny. We'll see you in a few days. Diane, we'll see you in a few days. And I love you all very, very much. Good night.